Knock, knock, fourth grade. Mr. Michael here with a big load of art for you that's just ready to be made. What's going on, my friends? Mr. Michael here again with another 5-minute demo for you. Today I'm going to show you how we're going to make a cool piece of art that shows the 4 elements of our world: earth, wind, fire, and water. All right? But we're also going to focus on something called a color scheme today. What colors can we use to reflect those 4 elements? All right? We're not just randomly coloring them, but we're going to have to think about color as well. Are you intrigued? Excellent. To the artboard we go. So here's what I'm talking about. Cool picture, and it shows the 4 different elements of our world: earth, wind, water, fire. Okay? Now, how you decide to represent those 4 elements, I leave it to you. I kind of took the simple route and just kind of drew each thing kind of out here, okay? So if you notice for earth, when we think of earth, we think of like rock, ground, what we stand on, okay? So I made this kind of part here look like a mountain with some pine trees on it, and a little bit of snow cap at the top of the mountain there, and some clouds. All right, that definitely tells us that we're talking about earth, the ground there. Okay. Wind, I kind of had a little bit of trouble with, but I kind of tried to make it look like things are kind of blowing and kind of like a cold wind. So I kind of used the blues and the light blues there to kind of give that feel. Maybe I could have drawn like wind swirls or something like tornadoes and made them kind of with a little yellowish tint or brownish tint to them. I don't know, but I thought it turned out okay. There's my water, just some waves with some of the colors there of the waves. And then fire, of course, it looked like fire, okay? But like I told you at the beginning of the video, what's going to be important is, well, 2 things. One, how you decide to show the elements, all right? Just because I drew kind of like literal pictures of them doesn't mean you have to. Maybe yours just are like cool designs, but what's going to be the key important part here is the color scheme that you use. All right, and what I mean by that is, think of like here for the earth, rocks, gray, brownish colors usually what we kind of do when we make them into art. Trees, green, all right, the snow. Colors that you know could help represent the ground. That's what should go in here, okay? Not pink, not, fluorescent yellow, all right? That doesn't remind us of like the earth. What colors that you see when you're walking around up in the mountains, or you just think of the ground, what colors do you think represent that? All right. Next one here, the wind. Like I said, I had a little bit of trouble with this one. All right. But I made it look like it was blowing wind. And again, like I showed you, maybe I could have used yellows or browns and to kind of make like little swirls to look like wind. But like I said, I wanted to represent this time kind of like a cold wind. So I drew like little streaks of cooler colors. All right. I'm going to flip it this way. There we go. Water. All right. Blues, greens, deep blues, greens. Okay. That's usually what we use to represent water. So that's the color scheme I use there. And of course with fire, yellow, kind of a light orange, and then a little bit of a darker orange. All right, those colors definitely represent a heat, a warm type of color scheme. All right, so it's going to be really important again. What correct colors, like I said, there's not 100% correct, but what colors could you use to represent your elements? Okay, now I'm going to show you how I just set this up and an easy way for you to do it. Okie dokie, so here's what I started out with. A square piece of paper. This will probably work for you on a rectangular piece as well. What's going to be very important is kind of finding out where the middle is. All right, so here's 2 things you can do. One is you can take a ruler and measure to the middle here and measure to the middle there. Put 2 little lines. Make a line that goes right down the middle. Then take your ruler again, measure to the middle. Again over here, measure to the middle. Make a light line, go across there, where this line meets and that line meets, that will be the dead center of your paper there, okay? Or you could do this as well. Take your paper, fold it in half. Get it as close to perfect as you can for this, all right? Fold and crease, not just smash. Open it up, fold it the other way. There we go. Fold, crease, and then of course, you know, when we open it up, we've got those lines, and there's our middle point right there. Now, how you make a circle is going to be up to you. If you have a compass, you know, the little instrument that we use to make circles, that would be perfect, all right, to help you make that circle there. Put the point of the compass there, the pencil out there, make your circle, all right? If you don't have a compass, here's what you can do. Look around your house for something that's round. Maybe you've got a lid or something in the kitchen. If you're doing that, talk to your mom first. You don't want to mess up the Tupperware lids, okay? But anyway, this is a lid to a painting container I have. It helps keep the water and stuff in the little tub there when I'm painting. All right, it's perfect for this. Take your thing and put it, kind of eyeball it, get it as close to the middle as you can. Let's see, I'm kind of looking at that. That looks pretty close. Doesn't have to be 100% perfect, all right? But as close to the middle as you can, all right? And then again, you're going to take a pencil. You're going to trace around your thing. There we go. Probably going to want to kind of do it kind of lightly, because you might wind up erasing what you don't need here, okay? But to start with, there we go. Now, once you've got that done, if it helps, take a ruler, lightly make a line on those cool little lines that you folded there, all right? If the lines are there good enough for it, if the lines there are good enough for you, then don't worry about using the ruler, all right? But it's only there to, the ruler's there to help you if you need it, all right? Then, now what you're going to do, each little quadrant of your circle is going to be a different element. So this could be earth, wind, fire, that could be water, like on mine. And again, how you design it to represent earth, wind, and fire, that's up to you, all right? It can be, again, like I told you. Let me grab mine here. You can be kind of literal, like I did. I literally drew some earth, wind, water, and fire, all right? Maybe you've got some other cooler idea. Go for it. But remember, what is going to be very important is the colors that you use to represent those things. You're not going to make pink water, all right? You're not going to make green fire, all right? But Mr. Michael, there's green fire in my video game. Yeah, but no. Use the right colors to represent your elements. Now let's see here. If I go back to mine, again, just pick a quadrant and start working. Just as an example, I'll do the fire on this one. I'm going to start here on my line. I wouldn't start way out here, all right? Use your circle, like your line that you made there, for a guide. Start. Now, I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to make my flames. Notice I stopped right here, and I stopped right there, because I don't want to intrude onto these two quadrants. And I'm going to come down here. Make my next set of flames. Come down here, make my last set. And there we go. Now I can take my eraser. I don't need this line particularly for my flames, so that's why I said draw it lightly. And now I've got that cool looking flame design. And there we go. That's what I would do for that. Let's look at my example one last time. So when you are done, I leave it to you. Everything is all drawn out. You can outline it like we've been doing this year in class with a lot of your things, or you don't have to, but then take your crayons, your markers, your colored pencils. You may want to use colored pencils or markers because some of you may have little small details that are going to need to be colored, and the best thing for you probably is going to be some markers or some colored pencils especially. All right? So there you go. A very cool picture that shows the 4 elements. And remember, color scheme. What colors represent water? What colors represent the earth? What colors represent wind? Those that represent fire, what are they? All right, my friends, go forth and show me what you've got. So how did those element drawings turn out? What was that? Oh, totally awesome? Yeah, of course they turned out totally awesome. You guys are totally awesome. So how could they not be? All right, guys. I would love to see these cool drawings that you've made. So remember, at the end of the video is my email address. My friends, keep an eye out next week for another 5-minute demo that I'll have ready for you. And until then, you guys take care. Adios, amigos.